This video is not sponsored by anyone, which is why we need your support. Like the video, subscribe, and if you want to, even join our Discord. The link to that is in the description. And you can hang out with us a little bit, talk some trash, as we do every week. If you're interested in Hearthstone as well, we offer a lot of help there. You want to address anything, give suggestions, ask any questions, you're welcome. So join the community, Discord link in the description. Go ahead and join. It's free for everyone.
We're a bit over 2 weeks, 2 months removed from the big one.
The big one?
Number 100.
Oh, number 100, right.
But it's 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's 10 weeks. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do.
Well, you had an idea, but we're not going to...
Well, we're not going to tell. Yeah, that was an idea thrown around, which is still in...
it's still possible.
It's still in the works. Let's say it relates to music.
If you want to be really clever, we can just steal like the halftime show for podcast 99 for like throwing out stuff for podcast 100.
Yes. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for that. No information this week about JJ's wedding unless you want to add anything. Is there anything you want to? No. So we're keeping everything secret. I do respect that. So yeah, don't harass us too much on social media right now. There's really no reason to bore into that any further. And announcements will come out when they are supposed to come out and be publicized. And I'm not trying to push that narrative any more than I absolutely have to.
But we are going to start a conversation about something else.
Yeah, we're going to start a bunch of conversations today because we have some more conversation starters from conversationstarterworld.com, which is a website. /25.
It's Conversation Starters World. I just want to point that out because if you're one character off in a...
You can put the link in the description in case you want to learn how to start conversations.
Could do that.
Do it for Jetpunk as well, because Jetpunk has been providing us with their halftime show quizzes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. By the way, play along.
I think the last month or two has been, like, very dependent on Jetpunk.
Well, Jetpunk quizzes are great. I love them.
Yeah, no,
so they're awesome to do.
I really like those, too.
So, let's start some conversations, man. What 3 words describe you best, or best describe you? JJ, what 3 words best describe you?
Let's see. There's a lot of... I mean, there's even different ways you can go about this, but I guess it's just... I'm just going to throw out 3... words that individually describe aspects of me.
I feel like I can predict at least 2 of those.
Yes, intelligent and lazy.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like,
let's put weird as the 3rd one.
Okay, see, the thing is, the question might be a good conversation starter, but when you ask JJ, then his answers might be very good conversation enders as well. So, yeah.
Antisocial.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't answer whatever. So, what 3 words best describe me? I'd say, I don't follow rules.
That's always a good one.
That's a very good one. I am a rebel. Very good word. Like, always puns.
Yeah. I've heard that one before. It's like, describe yourself with 3 words. I am a rebel. It's like,
what would be your perfect weekend? JJ, what would be your perfect weekend? One that never ends.
For sure. The thing is, the type of person I am is probably literally just like what I do every weekend, which is just not be bothered by anyone and just hang around.
PC, maybe have a barbecue.
I was about to say maybe have a barbecue on one of the days, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that much into like the extravagant stuff.
Okay, here's my perfect weekend.
Okay, no, my perfect weekend is the one where people just give me millions of dollars for no reason.
Exactly. As I was about to say, here's my perfect weekend. I become infinitely rich on Friday. I move to fucking Hawaii on Saturday, and I chill for the rest of my life starting on Sunday.
Yeah, but like
yeah, that's my perfect weekend, right?
But that's at some point not what the question really
wants you to. So okay, perfect weekend. That's definitely a really bad question, right?
Okay,
but like say reasonably achieved.
Let's say perfect weekend where you can't really make profit out of
reasonably weekend that you could like make happen next weekend to have a good weekend.
Well, not even necessarily. I mean, even if it's like an extravagant vacation or something, but just nothing that you could get any gain specifically out of that.
If it costs me money, I'm not enjoying a vacation.
Yeah, but like say like a millionaire came up to you and was like, "Hey, I want to give you a good weekend."
All right.
But they didn't. But for some reason, you can't really make profit out of it. So
okay, so you can just have the time, but they pay for you.
Yeah, like you can go places or something.
Yeah, I guess trip to Hawaii, like I said, just hang out, bunch of expensive food and all that.
I think if someone did that for me, I would also probably pick some kind of trip because you can be lazy any other weekend as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy the vacation.
Trip to Hawaii and then Sunday night 49er game to top it off. Ship it over to old Santa Clara, man. That's what I'm doing. That's my perfect weekend. So, what do you think of tattoos? Do you have any? JJ, what do you think of tattoos? Do you have any?
Well, I mean, we kind of answered that question last week.
Yeah,
check out the
podcast. In a different topic, too.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
We actually also last week complained about the pet question being there already, which then actually was on this list.
Yep.
Which we just noticed, but see, the thing is, I don't have any tattoos. That's not a surprise. Neither of us does.
Oh, do I not? Do you know that?
You literally said so last week. Oh my god, did you get a tattoo since last week?
Did a kid get a tattoo last week? I don't know.
See, the thing is, I don't have anything against tattoos. I probably won't get any, partially because, low pain tolerance and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Also,
really?
I wouldn't really...
problem?
I also really wouldn't know what to do. It's expensive. It's a waste of money.
You're also not getting yourself vaccinated for the same reason?
I don't get flu shots, to be fair, but I am vaccinated otherwise. The important ones.
Yeah, which explains your autism.
Huh.
I
actually saw some great about that where it's like...
But it doesn't explain the fact that your age is double digits and you're alive.
Yeah, I actually saw something, the Patrick meme where they yeah, that makes sense, yeah, that makes sense, yeah, that makes sense, and then at the end he's just...
Yeah, right, with the wallet, yeah. But
so,
is this your wallet?
There was one where it's, actually was like, oh yeah, autism is a genetically caused disease, yes?
Yes.
Sure.
Vaccines are not alter your genes.
Yeah, vaccines are not alter your genes, yep.
So thereby...
Yeah.
Vaccines can, sure, makes sense. So, vaccinations do not cause autism, by the way.
Obviously.
Fun fact. And even if they did, right? A potentially dead kid is thereby better than a potentially autistic kid. Is that what you're saying, anti-vaxxers?
That is what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
I don't have anything against tattoos. I think they can look good if it's done within reason. And, yeah.
I do not have a tattoo, and I'm harsher than you, actually.
I know.
I think 99%...
I think you said before that you wouldn't date anyone with tattoos.
That is correct. 99%, unless they are for some reason, dark-skinned rock star. And woman as well. With, big muscles. So they look like The Rock, but they're female. Which I would probably not date, so I probably would date anyone with a tattoo. So there's your logic there. No. I don't like tattoos, man. 99% of them look terrible. I do not like them at all. I've never seen someone in real life with a tattoo and I was like, that makes them look better. Same with almost any sort of piercing. I've never looked at someone like this makes them look better than they would without. Never happened before.
I don't think it happens much, but I've seen people where at least it doesn't look worse, but I think also better, yeah.
Maybe for movie stars or grapplers or whatever, when it's done in a cool way and they're badass and all that for the character, maybe it fits, right? But in real life, on the street, never.
I could probably count them on one hand, but yeah, I think
never to me. But yeah, that's my own thing, of course. What's your favorite number and why?
It's I because I'm weird like that.
Yeah, it's I because he's look how edgy he is. His favorite number is I. It's not even a real number. It's crazy.
Oh, it's an imaginary number.
Imagination. All right.
Imagination.
Yeah, that's okay. My favorite number, I guess, is I don't really have that much of a favorite number. I like 3435 for reasons that I've explained a lot. Being that every single digit to the power of themselves, add that together, you get the same number out of it.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a very fun fact. So that's my favorite number, I guess. What's the most useful thing that you own?
The most useful thing that I own?
Wow. That's a tough one.
Computer.
Oh, right, easily, right? If you think about it, it's easily the computer.
Yeah.
Any your main piece of electronic hardware, whatever, what you use the most, of course. That's actually very simple, of course. Have you ever saved an animal's life? How about a person's life?
I don't think so.
There was instances where I've eaten a salad over a meat dish.
Yeah, I mean, there has been instances where I've thrown insects out of the house instead of just killing them. So I guess
maybe when you kill a spider, you're also indirectly saving a lot of insect lives.
Yeah, but
which is not necessarily a goal that you want.
But I mean that kind of thing. I've never like taken an injured bird and like nurtured it back to health. Yeah. No,
I don't think I've done that either. Have you saved a person's life?
Not knowingly.
Me neither. I don't think. Maybe I didn't get the opportunity to. And he ever killed a person?
No, okay. Ironically enough.
Not intentionally, at least.
So, not to my knowledge.
But that means our karma is still we're cool, right? We're still like neutral, right?
I guess. I mean, I guess it's not just killing and saving, but yeah.
But we've done good, we've done bad. Not too much of either. What? If you open a business, what kind of business would it be?
A YouTube channel.
But if you open it hypothetically, not something that you've already opened. A YouTube channel is a good one.
A business.
Investment company?
I almost want to say like a publisher of like books or something, but that's just a very me thing also.
Wow.
I'm not sure. That's
like investing in Blockbuster, you know that,
I was about to say the word. It's probably very future proof.
Oh, it's like the Randy Marsh type of thing. I get it. Blockbuster is so ancient that it's haunted. Oh, wow, really funny. You seen that episode?
No, but I know that Blockbuster is dead. So yeah, there's that.
Books, alright. That's not really the way of the future, man. Maybe I'd probably do some finance investment stuff, but yeah, other than that, if I had to pick for like just for fun, some entertainment stuff.
Are you a very organized person?
Am I a very organized person? Depends, man. A little bit, not very, a little bit. As much as I have to. You're not.
I was about to say it's almost that for me. Look around, but then again, luckily we don't have a camera here.
Yeah, it's not even that bad in your room. It's alright. I mean, there's stuff everywhere.
Yes, there is stuff everywhere.
But you can walk. So that's the thing.
So what you're saying is you have low standards to order.
For you, yeah.
I'm a very chaotic person.
Yes, you are. I couldn't live with another chaotic person. The same as me. That's why that's one of the most desirable traits for me. But, hey. I'm not as chaotic as you. Probably. But I'm not very, very organized.
I'm not a very organized person. I'm also not necessarily one of those people that like plans everything. So
yeah, I'm more of that.
I'm very unorganized in a lot of categories.
I do like my stuff planned.
And I don't think I'm very organized in any, really.
Alright. Some things I am, some I not. Have you ever spoke in front of a large group of people? How did it go?
Define large? Okay, don't define spoke, I guess, but you know.
25 people. Let's say 50 people because exclude like presentations at school.
50? Man, no, I don't think so. I've held presentations at school before, in college too, but it's always in front of like up to maybe 30 people.
Yeah, of which like 2 might be listening.
Yeah, exactly. I have like read a Bible verse in a church once. I'm not kidding.
r/confessions.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a tough one to bring out here. Served up like that.
But I never had too much trouble with holding presentations, and I never really had to like speak in front of a large group. Otherwise,
yeah. I have on some occasions, and I do actually very much like it. It's a thing that I like to do a lot. I did perform in the theater, as you know, you were there.
Yes.
In school as a part of a school project. It was a lot of work, but generally I like being in front of big audiences and getting word out there. I appreciate it more if I could say whatever the hell I wanted to.
Yes.
But still, I enjoy speaking in front of a large crowd.
You could just impromptu reveal your feelings to your acting partner instead of actually following the script.
Yeah, maybe in Romeo and Juliet that's the thing.
You know. I was thinking.
I know you're talking about Life is
Life
is Strange, but Shakespeare, whatever.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
What is the strangest dream you ever had?
What's the strangest dream I ever had? the thing is, like, you're supposed to remember it if it's that weird, right?
I've had some weird dreams, but the problem is, I think I mentioned this before, where I generally don't have tendency to not remember my dreams, and some of the strangest dreams I had, for sure, were when I was very young.
All right. And you don't remember any of those?
Which, of course, I don't remember stuff that I did waking at that age.
Probably the same case for me then. I don't remember a specific thing.
There is some weird shit that I dreamt, for sure. I remember, for some reason I remember, like, waking up as a child and thinking that was weird. I don't remember what I dreamt. Like, I don't necessarily what instance, but I remember that sometimes I would just wake up and be like, what the fuck even?
Yeah.
You know? And
that happens. But then you forget what it was.
But yeah, I couldn't...
Pro tip, if you want to preserve it, write it down. Like right after you wake up. But yeah, I can't really answer that either.
There is a weird one that I do remember, and it's not necessarily weird because of how weird it is.
Excuse me, what?
But more because of that I had a dream about that, I think.
What is it?
And that is that I somewhat recently had a dream, and the one thing from that dream that I can remember is that I...
Someday on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former... I mean, I'm doing the Martin Luther King.
I know.
Go on.
That I was on my computer, and I was checking out HS Replay.
Right, that's probably what you did in real life.
And there was a new Paladin archetype that was also now tier 1.
Right.
There was like a 4th Paladin archetype in tier 1. I don't remember that. I know that it had a name, and I remember that right when I woke up, but I don't remember now.
Shudderrock Paladin.
But it was like some weird new Paladin thing. I was like, how?
You know, that's a message from God, right? Like, you know, that's exactly what was supposed to, like, Jay-Z, you're the chosen one to make this deck and conquer the world with it.
But I thought it was so weird because, like...
Oh, man, you gotta write stuff like that down.
Because it's... On some level, it's so mundane. On the other thing is, like, why even dream about that?
That sort of stuff can actually be something from your subconscious, like some intuition or something. Like, this could be a thing.
And it was like tier list, tier 1, first deck, right? It's like...
Wow.
And, like, all the other paladins were there, of course, and everything else is currently there. And it had, I think... I remember it had like a 75.6% win rate or something.
Dude, man, you gotta...
It had like...
Wow.
It was insanely...
Okay, it's either just like the Paladin PTSD haunting you, or it's like a great intuition that you wasted now.
But it was literally like... It had like such a huge win rate. I think it also like... I think everything else was tier 2 because of just how far apart it was.
Maybe it's like the absolute antidote deck to the current meta. And... You should have, you know, maybe it was a divine message that you were supposed to carry to the world.
That just... I know that it's not inherently that weird.
Yeah.
Like, there's weird dreams that I have, but it's weird that I dreamt that, I think.
So, what is a controversial opinion, oh my god, that you have? Pick the most controversial one that is not too controversial for you two.
Oh god, you ruined it.
No, we can do the rest off the air. There's some weird, fucked up, controversial opinions that we actually have.
I've said it before. I think that certain dictators are overrated and how bad they were compared to, or others are underrated in that regard. Because, like, I get that Hitler wasn't a nice guy, right?
No, he was terrible.
But, like, how is he the epitome of evil when, like, Stalin, Napoleon, Caesar, like...
Yeah,
especially like Napoleon and Caesar, like the further back you go, it's like they're almost celebrated.
Yeah,
they did the same shit.
Yeah,
like I feel like that's a controversial opinion.
It is.
Mostly because when I say that, it always seems like I'm defending the Nazis, which I'm not.
Yeah, I'm also not defending the Nazis, by the way, but also argue that Stalin was a lot worse than Hitler. For not only the reason that he had higher body count, but for another reason that I will probably tell you off the air, because I don't want to do it on the air, because it's also controversial, and that's too controversial for me to say on the air. So, yeah, something like that. Man.
Oh god.
What else we got? Oh, pineapple pizza, man. That's a controversial opinion, but that stuff is dank. I like it.
Well, I mean, I guess me disliking pineapple pizza is equally controversial.
I mean, it's a controversial thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's just a controversial thing we have an opinion on. Yeah, I feel like the other ones are just almost a bit more specific because we are kind of going...
Fair enough.
I'm not necessarily going counter to the general opinion, but I'm just saying that the general opinion is necessarily focusing on the right.
Who in your life brings you the most joy?
That's the one where I said, oh god, that's a...
See, here's the thing, right? That's kind of the same question as what person are you like most dedicated to, right? If it ain't your bum self, then you're doing something wrong.
I mean, oh yeah, sure, myself. Right? Yeah, fair
Obviously.
enough. But I
know that's not what the question is supposed to be answered by, but that has to be. If that's not the correct answer, then what the hell's wrong with it?
But that's what I was thinking. I didn't even consider that as a possible answer because of how the question is intended.
Obviously,
and I was thinking, like, generally, I would expect the answer to be, like, a significant other.
Yeah, exactly.
But
the person you might marry in
like,
late August.
It's like none such person is present, so...
Except for the woman that you're marrying in August.
Allegedly. No, but so there...
But I'm trying not to bring it up all the time.
So, besides, like, the self, there's really no answer, because, of course, like, I have some friends, and we have fun times,
friends,
I have parents...
Of course.
But it's like, I almost feel like bring joy is a bit of a...
It has to be yourself, man.
Even
if you are married or, like, living with someone, it has to be yourself, man. So, who had... That's a controversial opinion, too.
Yeah.
Like value yourself over anyone. Doesn't matter who it is. Who had the biggest impact on the person you have become?
We have discussed this in detail because we were asked that about each other in the best friends questions like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It's your mother, it's my father.
Yeah, so check out for details.
Fair enough. So, what is the most annoying habit someone can have? Smoking and drinking and doing drugs and general dumb shit?
I mean, definitely, smoking is definitely way up there. It's also annoying because even if I'm just in proximity of that person, that, you know, like, they're currently smoking, it's like, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, they just smell like smoke, it's like, oh god. You know, like, that's definitely one that...
That is a very annoying habit.
Even if you're not close to that person, it can impact you already.
Yeah. Forces you to form an opinion too, but yeah. That's sort of, like, doing drugs unnecessarily.
I think probably anything that is, like, can be disruptive to you.
Yeah.
Like, if my neighbors were listening to really loud music all the time, especially that I didn't like, that would probably that would probably be a bad habit.
Partying, that's a terrible habit, bro. Wasting the best days of your life, that's a bad habit. That's something that pulls me down. Where is the most beautiful place you have been? Not that you like ever, but you have been. What's the most beautiful place you have been? Tough one.
It's weird because...
Like, I'm just waiting for some subreddit or something.
No, but, like, physical place, I'm almost gonna probably would bring this... We brought this up a lot lately. Maybe Florence? I don't know.
Florence is a nice place.
It's a nice place, and I haven't really been to many places, so...
Italy's pretty
it's definitely
nice.
Up there.
Yeah, Croatia's also nice. That was a Croatia once. Pretty nice place.
I think
Florence has got to be there, though.
I think the best aesthetically pleasing picture that I ever took was in Austria when we were there on a skiing trip.
You took a damn picture in Austria?
Yeah, but it was just like off the mountain and like a...
Oh, right.
Like
I was
nice
about
lighting.
to say, if you better not be in the picture if it's supposed to be aesthetically pleasing.
But that's just like...
Yeah.
That's more of the landscape and... But I think...
But that's what this is about, though.
Yeah, but I think...
There's a lot of more beautiful places I can imagine that I've never been, though.
But I think beautiful landscapes are one thing, but I think, like, good architecture, like nice looking cities...
Like Italy is pretty damn up there,
almost...
Man.
Yeah, so I think probably Florence, yeah.
Italy is definitely one to consider. So, let's do 2 more, maybe. Where do you spend most of your free time day? You do on the computer, and I probably do as well. Yeah, we probably both.
Well, if they think with where like physical place, then it's just
room.
Yeah, here, right.
Obviously, right in our respective rooms. And who was your best friend elementary school? Damn, was it Lloyd for you?
No. We didn't go. We went to different elementary.
Oh, schools. Right. Man, I don't remember having a friend in elementary school as a thing, right?
I could tell you, but
I don't know.
I can tell, but it's not like we know
exactly.
each other's best friends anyway.
Man,
so
I don't even know, man. It's tough. Okay, let's do one.
It also depends on the grade, really, because like first grade probably different than third or something. Yeah.
How often do you stay up past 3 a.m.?
Way too often.
That's probably correct. For me, At the moment, not at all. But there's been times where I've been doing it for 2 weeks consecutively every day.
I almost want to say, because I generally tend to say I go to bed somewhere between 2 and 5.
Right.
When I don't have to get up early the next morning.
Yeah, right.
So with that in mind, and with thinking about the distribution, it's probably roughly 50-50.
All right. Like in general, let's say over the last 3 years combined, every day, I'd have to say probably 20% of the case. Maybe 30%.
I was about to go to with a similar number, because then, like, if I have to get up for college at 8,
yeah,
I'm not going to stay up past 2.
Yeah, exactly. Right now I'm not doing it because I started a new job, which requires me to work in the mornings. So I'm not really doing that anymore.
Yeah, probably like 20-30%.
Sometimes I might too. So let's do one more. What's your favorite season and why?
Fall, and that's not necessarily... And the thing is, allergies is why I don't like spring.
Yeah.
Summer is too hot, winter is too cold.
That's a very simplistic view on this, yeah.
But the thing is, what's your favorite season?
Elimination principle.
And why is just like... For me, it's not why we like the season. It's like, why are the other ones worse?
Yeah, exactly. Summer, because it's light out the most. Which affects me more than I ever care to admit or appreciate. So it's summer.
Yeah, so I guess
I think I mentioned it before. That's first
closes
topic.
Out the first topic.
Can continue this in the future if anyone's interested in this. Take up more conversation starters. I say some of those are pretty decent, but a lot of them aren't going to lead to too like in-depth conversations. Some of them might.
I almost feel like those are almost more interesting in just sit down, have the list, get to know a person.
Yeah, just ask them all in back to back.
Yeah, right? Like ask them a bunch of those, and after that you kind of have a good idea of what kind of person.
But they might not be the best conversation starters when you first meet someone. Like, hey, what's your favorite season?
Also, we now for a second time on a podcast went through a lot of those.
Yeah,
and sometimes we went on a bit of a tangent about them.
Yeah, but not all of them. Some we treated like interview questions. But
we never really went like past like maybe 5 minutes, if at all, on one of those questions.
Exactly.
It's not like a conversation naturally develops from it. Granted, some of those are to get to know the other person better, which we already know each other, so it kind of cancels out some of the conversation.
Most of those we could answer for each other as well, as a thing, right?
But I still think that even for a stranger, those aren't going far.
Yeah.
Again, it's good. It's good.
Maybe you gotta just bring up a bunch until you get one that sticks, and that you can actually then discuss.
I guess that is also something that's like if you get to like the what's your favorite movie genre, those types of things, which similar questions were in there, and then if it turns out you have a similar interest in something, then you can talk about that interest. I guess
exactly. That's the idea, right?
It's less of this question. This one question naturally starts the conversation. And more in these questions bring up topics that might be a discussion.
What I always want to say is that generally a good way to start and then hopefully effectively is whenever you meet someone or someone is around, right? There's a reason that you're both in that place. And that reason could be a conversation starter.
Yes.
Say you're at a fireside gathering, like we were at one point.
Yes.
We could have just gone up to anyone and be like, hey, let's talk Hearthstone, man. Because you all know all these people play Hearthstone.
Didn't really talk to many people there.
Didn't talk to them. Because we were too focused on getting some type of footage done.
Yeah, that was actually pretty hard.
It was tough.
I think also some of those are really bad conversation starters. Like, what is a controversial opinion you have?
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, I'm a major racist.
I mean, that...
You want to talk to me now?
That's...
What?
That's a good way to filter people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good way to start a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. So, I would disagree with. But let's get into the halftime show. We got more letter quizzes, man. M, N, and O today. You know how it works. We're on jetpunk.com. Letter M. Smallest planet with M is Mercury. Bombay is Mumbai. A borough of New York City is Manhattan. Fun fact, last time we got a perfect one for the first time. Actually, two of them. Like a virgin singer is Madonna. Dang it.
Ended up on the wrong order.
Capital of Spain is Madrid. Second biggest city in Australia. Melbourne. Genghis' homeland is Mongolia. First name of trumpeter Davis. Miles Davis. Former Soviet space station is Mir. M-I-R. Yes. Gasoline bomb cocktail. Molotov. Islam's holiest city is Mecca. Japanese comic book style.
Manga.
Yep. Kermit or Elmo, for example.
Muppets.
Largest island in the Indian Ocean. Probably Madagascar, right? Yep. Major river in Indochina is Mekong. With the E. Instead of the I. Yes. Makers of the Firefox browser is Mozilla. Record label of the Supremes and Temptations, man. What is that?
I don't know that many record labels at all.
What's the famous record label with M? Motown? That was actually correct. I just guessed the record label.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure. Illegal liquor, also called white lightning. Moonshine.
Oh, right. Illegal liquor. Yeah, right.
Indigenous people of New Zealand. Maori? M-A-O-R-I? Yes. Nearsightedness. Something like myop. Some man. I don't know, man. The jawbone. Jawbone. It's not the molar. Molar is a tooth.
That is indeed a tooth.
Damn. Shakespeare play set in Scotland is Macbeth.
Is there a
Gandhi's first name. So here's
Mahatma?
No, it's not.
That's
That's
a title.
the thing.
It's a title, right?
It's like Mohandras or something. It's like Mohandras. Is it Mohandras? Something crazy like that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people didn't know that. Is it Mohandras? It's something like that, but god damn it. What's the last one? What quinine is used to treat malaria? Man, we're missing 3 now.
Yes,
Nearsightedness, jawbone, and Gandhi's first name. See, I know Gandhi's first name, right? I just don't know exactly which one it is.
I'm nearsighted.
You are nearsighted?
Yes.
What's the medical term for it, man?
I don't know.
Alright. Myops is there's something. Let's reveal it, man. Terrible. We got 21 of 24 and the best, and the average is 16. So myopia, right? And Mohan Das is Gandhi's.
Oh, mandible for the jawbone.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, mandible. So we could have done better.
You know something I associate with insects, but yeah.
Huh. So mandible actually 57% knew, which we did not. Most known one is Mercury, Madrid, Madonna, Muppet, Mecca, Manhattan, that sort of thing.
Least known ones are
Mekong, actually. Wow.
Mohandas for the first name for Gandhi.
Yeah. I'm not
Near
surprised
for the space station. Myopia for the nearsightedness. And malaria.
Malaria? I hope people don't know.
Average score is 16, so this was one of the harder ones. Yeah. We scored 21, so we're still better than everyone else.
Not everyone. Better than 82.6% though. So
better or equal.
Better or equal, yeah. So I guess I was alright. How do people not know the Mekong, man? That's like at least one crazy. Alright, N. City near Sherwood Forest. And since it's a Robin Hood on the picture, it's Nottingham, but you're missing an T, doesn't matter. World's longest river, maybe. The Nile. E at the end.
Right, we're doing N now. First thing that was like, river with an M? What is like, that's not right.
What?
But yeah.
City destroyed by an atomic bomb in Nagasaki. Most populous country in Africa should be Nigeria. City where pizza was born, Naples. No, Naples. You typed in Nepal, and there was also an answer later down the line. Naples. I like how Nepal was also an answer for Himalayan country. Fair enough, right? Center of the country music industry, man. Little bit of Memphis and Nashville.
I suppose that it's... Yeah, I was about to say...
yeah, man, it's all Nashville, dude. Country music's like, drink of the gods is nectar. Metaphorically speaking. 8th planet from the sun is Neptune. Fun fact, Neptune is right behind Uranus. Biblical ark builder is Noah. Finnish cell phone maker Nokia. Makers of Oreos and Fig Newtons. What's that?
I feel like that should be something
Is it
like
like Nabisco or something? Is that what it's called?
Is it Nesquik maybe?
No, it's not Nesquik. Try Nabisco and Nabisco. I'm not sure how it's spelled or even if that's true. Yeah, it's Nabisco. All right. State of Enlightenment or grunge band.
Nirvana.
Spanish word for new. Nuevo. Yep. French emperor defeated at Waterloo. Napoleon.
I feel like the defeated at Waterloo almost wasn't necessary for like
maybe there
first
might be other
and
ones. Most abundant element in the atmosphere should nitrogen, right?
yes, I think it's like 70%.
Yeah. Set of 3 waterfalls between the United States and Canada. Niagara. Country of windmills and wooden shoes.
That's the Netherlands.
Major Japanese car company. Is that Nissan?
Probably.
Southwestern Native American tribe is Navajo. Navajo. Navajo, yes.
I knew it. First I was like, how the fuck do I spell that?
Navajo. Yeah. Spice used to garnish eggnog is nutmeg. Man, we're getting there, man. We got 3 more. Massachusetts island once known for whaling. Haven't brought it up on the podcast, Nantucket. Moby Dick, man. There's a K missing it. Yeah, the man from Nantucket. California county and wine region is Napa. Just 1 P. And the opposite of zenith or zenith. Is it zenith or zenith?
I think it's zenith.
It's zenith, right? Is it nadir? Nadir? NADR? NEDR? NADR, yes. 24 of 24. Average score is 19. We're good at this. Wow. 98% knew the Nile and 97% knew Neptune. And then Noah.
At least no one was Nadir, which is fair enough. I had no clue. Nabisco and Nantucket.
I think the Nabisco one was just Nesquik bait, right? He's like, oh yeah, it's candy. It's like some sort of that stuff. Oreos and Fig Newtons. That has to be Nesquik, right? They do everything. It's actually Nabisco. Nantucket. How do people not know Nantucket? Have y'all not read Moby Dick? Have y'all not read Moby Dick in like high school and everywhere? Man, they all start in Nantucket. It's crazy. But yeah, other than that, everything else, 60% or more, starting with Navajo. So that was also one of the more well-known ones, with a bunch of difficult ones. And finally, we have O.
Killer whale is the Orca.
That was our 3rd perfect one, by the way. I'm keeping count of those.
Academy Award is the Oscar.
The Oscar, you're already going at it. Mountain home of the Greek gods.
Is Olympus.
You know what? I'm letting you do the whole thing, man.
Likely not. Last Greek letter is Omega.
Yep.
Big Boy. Andre 3000. I got no clue.
It's Outcast. With a K. Oh, whatever.
Oh, right. I actually should have known that. Yeah.
Canada's most popular province. Populous.
Ontario,
I would say so, yeah. Honolulu Island.
I got no clue.
You do not know what... Come on, it's Oahu. That's my favorite place in the world. Oahu. That's like low-key the favorite place I want to live, man. It's
Eater of both plants and animals is an omnivore.
Yes.
Double reed instrument. What? Double reed
instrument. No idea?
I know.
Oboe.
Okay.
State between Michigan and Kentucky. Come on now. Here's your geography, boy.
The thing is, right, I'm really bad at maps in general.
Come on. Give me a state that starts with an O.
Ohio?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking if there's other ones.
Yeah. Stop sign shape.
It's an octagon.
Octagon.
The octagon.
City near Disney World.
Orlando?
Orlando. Doing good so far. Capital of Norway.
That's one that I definitely should know.
Yes, you should.
It's not Stockholm, that's Sweden.
That's correct. It's
Oslo.
It's Oslo, yep. Epic poem by Homer.
I almost said the Iliad, but that's not. That's the Odyssey.
The Odyssey, yes. Ukrainian city on the Black Sea.
I don't know.
Odessa.
Isn't it in Texas?
There might be an Odessa in Texas. One of the Wright brothers.
I also don't know that.
There were Wilbur and Orville, so now it's Orville. A cancer doctor.
Oh god, I've heard it before. I can't come up with that right now.
Oncologist. With a C. Hilly region of Arkansas and Missouri. The Ozarks.
Oh, like a TV show that that Netflix wants to push everyone to watch. Thor's father is Odin.
Japan's second largest city.
Let me think. Japanese city that starts with O.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Yes, you should. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly sure.
Just tell me.
Osaka.
Oh yeah, probably.
First name of Germany's Bismarck.
Otto.
Shakespeare play.
Shakespeare play with O.
Yes.
Huh.
We're getting there, man. I think we got them all. I think I've gotten them all. It's Othello. We have two more.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. The interior of Australia.
That's the Outback. Which, ironically enough, is in...
Yeah, it's like in the middle. And Yemen's neighbor.
Fuck do I know.
That should be Oman. Got him. 24 for 24. And the average is 17. Most known one is the Academy Award being the Oscar. And then the Orca, Ohio, Omega, and Oslo. Least known one is Ozarks. What? And Odessa. And the Outcast, actually. Osaka. Wow. Oh, wow. Oahu is like the 5th least known one, man. People are not very familiar with Hawaiiology.
The thing about the Outcasts is that in one of the songs in the music video, they actually mention the names too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I should have. In the moment when you said Outcast, I was like, oh yeah, I that wasn't the Hey Up video or something.
I'm disappointed in only 60% knowing Otto Van Bismarck and Oahu, Hawaii. It's like the main island. How do you not know that sort of stuff? It's terrible. But then a lot of people did know some of the more high up there stuff. Ozarks is the least known one. But hey, we had another 2 perfect performances, man.
We're getting better at this.
We're getting better at this, man, for real.
Which is ironic because it's not like anything changed.
No.
Except that we've done more of these, but it's not like the other ones help us because by nature, very rarely can they link. Because sometimes it'll be like, it's the country with this capital, and they'll ask the next one's like, oh yeah, what's the capital of this country?
Like, there's been stuff like, they've asked about the protagonist of Moby Dick, and now they ask about Nantucket, but that's not really like, if you know the book, you know both.
Yeah.
Fair enough, right? So, that's the halftime show. For the second topic, where we gonna get to know each other a little bit better, we do have a fact of the week, though. So, what is your fact of this week, Jason? You have
picked
a good one?
Out my fact of the week before we did this, and it relates.
It does relate.
Yes. Actually, it's about Moby Dick.
What?
Which...
Get off me.
It's partially based in reality, and mostly that the author actually knew a lot of the whaling techniques from having worked on a whaling boat himself.
Like Herbert Melville, really? Yeah, maybe. It wasn't Mel. No, it wasn't. Was it Herbert Melville?
Actually, I just don't remember the name. I wrote that fact down like weeks ago.
I think it's.
And I didn't actually look it up any additional information right when we started.
But yeah, that makes sense because have you read Moby Dick?
No, I have not.
80% of this is literally just marine biology. Like how does this whale separate themselves from other whales? It's like if you want to study whaleology, if that's a thing, man, Moby Dick.
I swear to God, it's the thing, but it's not called that.
Probably. It's like an internet thing. It's less of a story and more of a whale biology, for real. I didn't love the book, actually, but I have a bunch of facts, and I want you to pick one again.
Oh, we're doing that again.
So, I have, 2 football facts. I have, 2 really blow your mind facts, and 2 general facts.
Oh, I want my mind blown.
You want your mind blown? Alright. There's one that pertains to geography and one to history. Which one of the
history?
Okay. You know how in the back in the day slavery was a big problem around and all that stuff?
Yes.
So in 2019 there are, like right now as we speak, there are more slaves in the world than they were in 1800.
That is somewhat surprising.
I'm looking at you, Middle East, and like Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and those places. But yeah, just because we are... Actually, I saw this is even... right now, there are more slaves in the world than there were at the very peaks of the Atlantic slave trade. Which is like between the 16th and 19th century. So at no point during that whole thing was there more slaves in the world than there are now. But hey... developed world.
And we're not even counting unpaid interns, are we?
No, we're not counting unpaid interns, man. Oh, by the way, steal all the pens and like sugar packets you can get. Get some value out of that if you are doing an internship, quote unquote. But yeah, that's a kind of disturbing fact of this week.
That is disturbing.
That's a weird fact, man. But that's how the Middle East does things. So let's get into the second topic. We got some more things to find out, man. Specifically, 15 more questions to ask and to answer for each other to see how well we know each other.
It's probably not even all of them because it's probably more, but we might do that later.
But that's how far we're going to go for this week's podcast. Is there any expression or phrase that your best friend says a lot or says often?
Yes, there is. You say sup a lot.
I do say sup. As in like what's up, right?
Yeah.
That's true. I say that a lot. What do you say a lot? I say more things a lot.
The thing is, you basically, like, when you show up here, you ring the doorbell,
yeah,
you say it, and then when you enter my room, you say it again. But you also
say it, though, you pick up the doorbell like, hey, what's up? Like that sort of thing, right? There's not a lot of conversation going on.
Why would there?
Exactly.
It's not like we have a lot of conversations to have there.
We have podcasts for that, alright?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, we're about to record a podcast. Why would we talk about that kind of stuff?
Here's something that you say a lot. Well, technically, in like a little more annoying voice, something like that. That's what he said. Among other things, right? So, has your best friend ever won anything? If yes, what?
I'm pretty sure you won like chess tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, I've won a bunch of chess tournaments. Yes, also football games and tournaments.
Poker rounds.
Yeah, I won like a national mathematics award in high school, man.
I was about to say
for graduating with the perfect grade.
I was about to say I don't think they mean like Monopoly with my family last weekend. I think they mean like awards or prizes, stuff like that.
So has JJ ever won an award? You might have, man, but I don't know. You don't compete in stuff, so you might just not have. Like, you might have won, like, a really cool game. You can't even win at Dungeons & Dragons, right? So
no.
That's what you do. So, I don't know. Have you ever won anything big time?
Well, back in elementary school, we did those sports things that everyone was forced to participate in. And, like, in first and second grade, we got participation awards, even if you were shit.
Right, because you were shit.
So, those I got.
Yeah, the participation. Whoa, you won a participation award. That's fantastic. Never won anything, man?
I think I once, way back when, won, like... Oh, God, now I have to get
a reading
straight.
Or a math thing or something?
Like, I once won in, like, a... Like, when I had, like, a magazine where you would, like, send a postcard where you answered a question and you could win stuff. I once won...
wow, that's a good win.
Now I'm trying to get this straight.
$1.50?
I want to say it was a VHS, but it might have been a DVD.
That's pretty good, man. You won something. That's decent, man. It's luck-based, but you won.
I just want to say it was a VHS, but it probably was a DVD.
The fact that he just tells me how non-competitive you are. Like, it's crazy, man. If
I once won a Hearthstone game.
That's very good. I appreciate that.
I've won hundreds of Hearthstone games, but...
when and where was the last time you two hung out? Right now on the spot.
What? I guess they're asking...
The last time before this, right?
Yeah.
Arguably.
But
so that would have been what? Like
that's
the last
still a weird question because I thought we were trying to figure out how well we know each other.
Yeah.
When did we last hang out?
The last time we recorded.
No.
Also the last barbecue.
I was about to say, didn't we have... Wait, no, we didn't have a barbecue last Saturday, but we recorded...
No, we didn't.
It was the week before, so yeah, last time we recorded.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's either just recording or barbecue. We barely do anything else together.
Yeah.
Because that's all we do anyway.
I was about to say that's already enough, though. That means we're seeing each other 2 to 3 times a week.
Alright. Do I eat anything weird? JJ, do I eat anything
No, the question is, does the author of
Yeah, it's like...
Because it's the only question that's worded that way.
Yeah.
You eat pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You eat pineapple... You eat pizza without pineapple. That's also weird.
That's not that weird.
That's not that weird.
Even people who do eat it with also eat it without.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you drink just black coffee with nothing in it. I think that's... It's somewhat popular as well, but I think it's pretty weird.
Oh, sure, fair enough.
Because it tastes like a fucking acid explosion in your mouth. Like, it's terrible. It's so bitter. But yeah.
Where would we choose to go on vacation together?
Oahu.
Not at all?
I would choose to go to Oahu, man. Whether you're coming along or not.
I don't think we necessarily need to have a vacation together.
How about NOLA? Watching the Saints game and all that.
I think we said before, like,
WrestleMania.
going to WrestleMania, yeah.
WrestleMania. Some Bon Jovi concert, some concert.
Yeah, I don't think we are...
Camping trip.
We're the types of friends that would, like, just go somewhere on, like, a vacation for, like, a week.
Not just the two of us. That's correct.
That's just... No.
We could do group things, group activities. I'm cool for that. But, yeah, not...
Even then, I don't think group vacations necessarily that cool of a
No, it's
thing
kind of cool, actually. Go to Oahu. Hang out on Hawaii a little bit. You know, check out some stuff. I really want to go there, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. Hawaii is a nice place. What else do we have?
Can your best friend skip rope hula hoop?
I would assume you cannot do either.
I'm gonna say the same for you, although maybe rope skipping is actually part of football training. I'm not even sure.
It
seems like the type of thing that you would do to.
I might be able to pick it up within a few days.
I was about to say, I think rope skipping to a degree is doable.
Hula hoop as well, probably.
Hula hoop is, but the thing is, rope skipping, if it's slow enough, it's not that hard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but I don't know.
But neither of us is very trained in that.
Also, I feel like I now feel like it's not just aimed at women, but at girls.
Yeah, exactly. Small kids, right? What is under your best friend's bed? Well, like, I can turn around and look at it, right?
Yeah.
So you have, like, a bunch of boxes down there, and you have a bunch of empty water bottles, and maybe some other
stuff. The bottles
like,
are technically not under the bed.
It's like a main storage unit under the bed.
Yeah, like, I have, like, my bed, like, the mattress is at the level of, like, the top end of the sofa. So, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff under there.
So, yeah, it's stuff down there.
Under your bed, there's probably just whatever was in your room and just was in your way, and you just pushed it under.
I actually have like a drawer under my bed, right? I can tell you exactly what's in there. There's a sheet, first of all, over there that my mom put at one point to cover up because it's getting dusty, because there's nothing in there. And then there's a football helmet, and there's a football, and there's a basketball.
Okay.
In that drawer. That's all that there is in there, man. Like, I'm 12 years old. So what else do we have? Who was the last person your best friend kissed? Can I?
Okay, for you it's probably the mirror.
Can I? Nice. Can I disclose the name of your fiance? Mirror. That's actually a very good one, and it might be correct. No, man. I appreciate that one. I don't think you've kissed anyone, man. Maybe like your mom when you was 2 years old.
I was about to say not in a romantic way. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah.
I think the same thing applies to you, though.
Well, technically, I did pull off the here and there card trick sometimes, right? Where you need to kiss me so I can find out your card or whatever, right? But really in a romantic way, no, not either. So yeah, that's a very bad question, I guess. Does your best friend collect anything?
You collect the things from the top of like Red Bull cans.
I collect the clips off beverage cans, man. That's what I collect. I collect them in another can.
That's a fact.
I collect them in an old Dr. Pepper can. It's like halfway there too. Yeah, a lot of them in there. I'll see what I do with them once I fill it up. Maybe start another one, probably. But yeah, I collect them. I accept them as currency, as a matter of fact. Totally do. What? Oh, do you collect anything? I don't know, man. Do you, you collect individual hairs on your chin? I don't know.
Weirdly true.
Yeah, you collect them empty water bottles down here too.
Well, it's not. That's not really a collection thing. It's just
collect like.
It's just that's
50
where,
of them.
It's just that's where they end up till they're brought to the store for like.
Yeah, I don't know, books.
Yeah, I would say I used to collect the Mickey Mouse comic books.
Right.
I still have a bunch of those lying around.
Right.
And I think if I would say that I'm collecting anything right now, it's likely like D&D source books.
Dust.
But it's not really. But it's on some level that's not necessarily just a collection. It's also some.
I also collect money.
Yeah, right.
Big time in a major way.
Like the closest thing I have to collection is just like the huge stack of D&D books that is mostly in my backpack right now.
So, what is the best vacation your best friend ever took, man? Italy.
I was about to say probably likewise, right?
Yeah.
Like last
I didn't take that many. I haven't been to Hawaii yet, so probably.
So for me, it's also either that or maybe just like a family trip to like our like the old watermill.
Oh, the old watermill. Yeah, it's a nice place.
But that's just at that point it's
like in deepest depths of Alabama. It's like that's how it seems. What was the last movie your best friend saw?
I think the last movie you saw was probably Star Wars Episode 7? Was it Rogue One?
That's not correct. The last movie that I saw was...
like 5 years ago.
The last movie that I saw was Office Space for the third time about half a year ago when my internet was down and I had nothing.
Okay.
Nothing else to do and only Office Space on my hard drive. And I watched Office Space.
Okay, but otherwise it would have probably been like whatever you last saw in the movie theater, which was one of the Star Wars movies, because that's the last time you went to the movie theater.
Absolutely.
And likely the last time you will.
Well, it would have been Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
Like 2017.
Right, I was there, yeah.
Yeah, you were there. That's true.
Because I wasn't there when you saw Episode 7, because I just wasn't in the area.
For you, I don't know, you've probably been to the movies like within the last 7 days, man. I don't know what kinds of stuff you watched.
It's actually been a while.
It's unguessable. There's so many movies.
I'm trying to remember which was the last one that I saw.
You really don't know that?
It might have actually been Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Huh. It's a lot of spider
or
stuff.
Or Aquaman or something like that.
For you claiming arachnophobia, it's a lot of spider stuff. I don't know about that.
What favorite inside joke do you and your best friend share?
See, there's this beverage that's called Merino, right?
That's probably currently the one,
That's probably currently the one. And it's like a knockoff of a knockoff of a knockoff, right? It's the cheapest shit you can find. You got like almost a gallon for like $1 or less, like $1.50, right? And it's like knockoff Sprite, knockoff Coke, and all that stuff.
The Sprite actually pretty much just tastes like Sprite.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I feel like there's not too much you can do wrong with Sprite.
They're pretty good, actually. And the joke is that, well, its brand is Merino. It's like imported from friggin' Poland, right?
Yeah, but like the Sprite version has like had like which is actually labeled Merino, had like a lady on it, like a pic where she does like the okay thing.
Like an Italian guy does when the pasta is just all right, like the al dente, like it's great.
And and now we just call that gesture like
Merino.
Merino is it?
And that led
like
to
we use Merino and that gesture interchangeably to mean okay.
Yeah, and that also led to a mutual friend to become a Miami Dolphins fan because of Dan Marino. Like seriously, that's
partially true, yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna get her a Dan Marino jersey for her birthday this year, man. If you want to collab with me on that, then we can share the cost. You don't have to buy anything else, but that would be a pretty cool one. So,
which parent is your best friend most similar to? I assume of their parents. So I guess you're most similar to your father.
I mean, obviously, right? Genetically, as in like
genetically
a Y chromosome, right?
Genetically, it's 50-50.
Oh, but like,
that's how it works.
Yeah, but like Y chromosome, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm most similar to him in height and in weight and in I don't know, like tone of voice, interests, everything, man. Yeah,
I think they're talking about personality stuff. And
born with the same last name.
Yes, you're very much more similar to your father, obviously.
Yeah. For you, I don't know, man. You are a man, but you are like personality wise, you might be closer to your mom.
I would probably guess so, but I honestly couldn't tell you right now. I mean, of course, if we're going like weight, height, that kind of stuff, I'm actually very close to my father in that regard.
Aren't your parents pretty close together in terms of weight and height and all that?
Yeah, my mother is like a bit shorter, but not a lot. Like I'm literally the same height as my father, and like within like
because none of y'all guys
within
is
like
that tall.
Within like less than 10 pounds of the weight as well. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Does your best friend believe in aliens and ghosts? For you, I would say...
For you, I think it is... You believe in aliens, but not in ghosts, but you don't believe the aliens are on Earth.
That's probably the exact same thing I would answer for you, too.
Because that's the obvious answer.
It's the scientifically
obviously
very much correct answer.
The ghosts as presented in all of fiction don't make any sense.
Yeah, like the whole spirit thing. I'm not buying souls and spirits and all that.
And aliens, it's just...
It's absurd. It's virtually impossible for there not to be life outside of Earth, right?
It's absurd to assume that we're even the only intelligent life.
Will we ever encounter that within the next million years? I don't know. But
yeah, exactly.
Like, how big the universe is, how preposterous would it be to assume there is not? So
exactly.
It's virtually guaranteed that there is, right?
And obviously we both believe the same thing in that regard because it's just a sensible thing. Correct. And we are, like, in that regard, like, scientifically minded people. So, yeah.
What is one dream your best friend would like fulfilled?
You would like to be rich.
That is very much correct. And move to either, like, probably Hawaii, man. Right now, I'm all on the Hawaii train, as you can tell. But, yeah. So what is a dream that you would like fulfilled? That dream when you discover the 75 win rate Paladin deck. There's also a real dream that you had.
Yeah, I know.
Just... living your life unbothered with your computer?
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds dystopian to me, but man, it's weird how close we are and similar in a lot of things, but in terms of that, we are just polar opposites. Not polar opposites, but like what you consider pretty good and to strive for in life is like my representation of living hell. Like average, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. But would you consider what I'm striving for as, like, terrible?
Not necessarily, no.
So you're also more open to accepting stuff the way it just happens, right?
Yeah, see, the thing is, for me, I don't have to be terribly rich. It's just, as long as I can live comfortably, I'd rather work less than earn more, you know?
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's where we're polar opposites then.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So that's a bunch of questions. See how I think we know ourselves pretty well, or each other. But
I think we know ourselves.
I know
pretty
myself
well, yes,
pretty well. That's
but yeah, we also know each other.
But well. I think there's more there too, which we can do in future podcasts. We're not going to get into basic friend questions. Some of these are pretty cool too. So yeah, we're gonna get more. We can do more of those batches in future podcasts. They're actually pretty interesting.
I think the last one is the one where they actually like count up the points and then tell you how well you know each other.
Oh right, do we want to like backtrack that?
No. I think it's just
only for this, right?
It's just less 50.
So we actually should keep score on that then.
Because the first like 80, I suppose, ones, right? Are just general ones.
Yes. So starting next time we're doing this, we're actually going to keep track and keep score and score just how well or who knows whom better. Do you know me better or do I know you better?
I think what the site wants us to do is just figure out how well we know each other in general, like because it's like 0 to 5 points rethink your relationship. It's like
yeah, but like okay, I could know everything about you and you could know nothing about me, so let's go 50 and you just go zip.
5 to 20 repeat and refresh.
Yeah.
20 to 30 getting to know you. 30 to 40 almost family. 45 to 50 BFFs. What happens if you have 41 to 45 4 points? I don't know.
Man, I don't know. You're like purgatory.
Because that's just how the categories work. There's two of them.
There's an empty space. I don't know how this works either. But we'll get into that in maybe next podcast. So we have a song of the week. You should also have one. Viewer Music Share playlist. Link in the description. Go drop your YouTube link and YouTube music video. That is your song of the week. And we'd appreciate it if you put a good song up in there for us. Also go join our Discord.
I was about to say, also on our Discord, you can totally discuss about music.
Anything, man. Any subject you want to discuss, I can discuss. I'm good at discussing subjects, man. I like it too.
Also, talking about subjects, you could suggest topics for this very podcast.
Not this one, but future ones.
Yeah, like this series.
Trash Talk podcast, because this is here to stay.
And right now, you got the very unique opportunity to, if you have a really great idea, have your topic featured in podcast number 100.
Oh yeah, podcast 100.
And or the 2-year special of podcast 104.
Yeah, podcast hype, man. It's gonna be good. We've got some interesting stuff coming up this spring. It's gonna be nice. And summer too. So, JJ, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week, and this is a bit of an unusual case.
All right.
Because it's a very specific version. A song that I've recently heard a version of that I really like is Rebellion, originally by Gravedigger.
Mm-hmm.
Also covered by a band called Van Canto.
All right.
And there is a live version where those two bands, as well as the singer from Blind Guardian, all perform it together at a festival.
I forgot the name of the song.
It's Rebellion.
Rebellion.
And I think that's actually pretty good. I'm honestly not that hyped on either studio version of that song.
Put it in the music share, and we'll see. That's a very...
I know it's very specific.
I've never heard of anything you mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Fair enough. My song of the week is Another Cup of Coffee by Mike and the Mechanics.
That sounds like something for me.
Yeah, I think it's either the music share or in the folder that I gave you. You definitely have it.
I definitely like coffee.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song too. I mean, it's one of those that you recognize from back in the day. You more likely probably than me even, because you used to listen to a lot more radio back in the day. Whereas I was just raised on hand-picked and hand-selected elite music.
I mean,
you were just exposed to the radio.
For me, it was both. The thing also is, even to this day, like, my parents, especially my mother, listens a lot to CDs, but she will always, like, for breakfast or something, she will always put on the radio. I don't know exactly.
Never put on the radio, ever.
I don't know exactly why, but I assume it, in some degree, stems from the fact that after breakfast, you might have to drive somewhere.
Yeah.
And you get, like, all the traffic reports and stuff.
Maybe, yeah. That's probably how that tradition happens. So, I personally despise the radio. There's nothing good on there ever at all.
Traffic reports, weather reports, maybe news.
Yeah, right. But the news are depressing, and, like, the music's depressing.
Every 20th to 30th song, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, radio is not for me. I don't want it. So, that's our songs of the week, man. Join the Discord. Link in the description. We're gonna see you in the next... whatever video you decide to watch, man. There's a bunch of them on our channel. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.